Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Hey, look. Sometimes I have some new GW stuff that isn't Warhammer Underworlds related. I'll be honest, I could not resist this fabulously dressed warrior. Or I'm sorry, he's not a warrior. He's a Myrmidesh Painbringer for the Heathen Knights of Slaanesh. And his compatriots aren't exactly shabbily dressed, but then they've got just as interesting of friends on the back. The Simbarish Twinsouls. Now, I dig the fact that literally everybody here has their own unique weapon, and the sprues poking through the box there. Cool. I don't know. I'm getting shades of the Wrathmonger Skull Reaper dudes from the end of the End Times, which to me was like the shining gold standard of dual model, elite warrior types. I love that kit. I've built, I don't know how many mixtures of both of those sets that have come up, and I still have yet to make one look like a repeat of the others. My Blight Kings, they were pretty mixed and varied as well. They would be my close second. I don't know if the Myrmidesh here are going to be able to compete with that. I have a feeling that they're going to be much more like modern GW in terms of, there's only really one way to build them, and that's going to be it. I dig that back totem trophy thing with the mirror. I got to figure a way to use that if I don't actually build that guy. And if you've listened to me ramble long enough, you know that I love models with metal bats and clubs. That is a thing I am totally down with when it comes to models for my warbands. I mean, they look nice. I think their heads are a little bit questionable. 2 wounds, 4 save. Seems about right. 2 attacks for the 3 to hit. That sounds about right too. I can't read Italian. Where's the American? I believe that is... Alright, let's look at the sprues. Okay. We've got 32mm bases just floating around in the box. That's okay. I think they're 32s. Yeah. Does it say something on there? No, it says 33. I'm wrong. I know, it's fine. Alright, so first off, the sprues are not identical. Just be aware of that. They are totally different, so there's not going to be any repeating parts, unfortunately. There's actually a lot of little bits. I don't know what to make of that yet. Looks like one of the Painbringer heads, I guess. Yeah. It'd be nice if there were some extra heads. How many head options do we have? Curious. Not many, it looks like. That's a shame. Always use more head options. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot outside of it. Looks like we're going to have to build everybody one way, and that's it. Surprisingly, the shields are exactly the same, though. In fact, there's no real variation among them. That's actually surprising. I believe these tassels here are the ponytails for the helmeted versions. I haven't seen any real differentiation on the helmets themselves. They all have a rounded bottom with a small peg there. Like so. I guess, you know what, I'm seeing just the way to tell them apart are the spikes that are attached there. So it looks like it's going to be quite specific as to which parts go to which model. Somebody has a cloak? I guess that's the one Myrmidesh leader. Alright, well, I have no idea if I'm going to build them one way or the other yet. So I'm going to start with the Painbringers, and we'll see what I end up with, because who knows. Sit tight. Okay, take a look at the first Myrmidesh we built. And it's the leader one. But wait, what's that? His shield's missing. Well, yes and no. I gotta say, I was quite surprised that with a little bit of perseverance and a little bit of hobby work, these guys are a whole lot more modular than they let on. Let me explain why. So first of all, these connection points, they all have these with the shields, and every shield in the box has the same connector. So the arms, actually, all of the arms are completely modular. The way they sit on the body is totally flush. There's no weird connection. And so if you want to put a different shield in each of their arms, you are more than welcome to, and basically it just connects like that. Exciting, right? So then I started to think, well, that's cool and all. It's nice that they can, use all those weapons and stuff. What else can I do? And I got to say, I really like the demon version of it. So then I started playing around with things a little bit more. And I noticed that all of the bodies, that's actually good timing, have these nice little hexagonal connectors. Now, playing around with the actual bodies, they seem to all fit, and if they don't fit, you can give those a nice little snip, and voila, you can pose each of the torsos with any of the legs that you wish. You can use the fancy demon-inspired mirror one, you can use the cool-looking cape like I did, or you can just have the regular boring cannon fodder Myrmidesh guys. The choice is yours. Now, the head. The head's an interesting one as well. All of the heads are actually keyed to specific shapes. You can see this one's got like a kind of half hex. Did I bring any more with me? I guess oh, no, here's one maybe. A different style hex. And so, if we can get that, there we go, kind of in focus. You can see there, some of them have a half circle, some have a triangle, and they just plug in like that. I don't even know which body this is originally supposed to be intended for, but you know what? It totally doesn't matter. It totally fits fine. So, what to do with the heads? Because they are keyed for certain bodies. Well, they are and they aren't. Let's talk about that, because the demon heads... Oh, what's this? There is no key at the bottom. That's right. They're just supposed to sit on top. So if they're supposed to sit on top, why not just snip off this little piece, and then every one of the helmeted heads can fit on any of the bodies completely. Cool, right? Also, the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads are totally modular, so everybody's got one of these. It kind of sits right above the breast, where they have the Mark of Slanesh, and then they have a two-part one, and all of the pieces are totally compatible with the two-piece ones. You can see here he's using one of the demon weapons rather than the sword, because the Myrmidesh are all supposed to have swords, but who doesn't want to have a three-pronged flail to bash their, ugly enemies on the head with? So, I don't even know if this is the correct setup for this guy's parts. I could not even tell you. I just started putting things together, and it totally works, and I think that's actually really cool. The only thing that kind of bums me out is the lack of... Well, I shouldn't even say the lack of diverse weapons. What am I talking about? We've got a guy with a two-handed sword here. We've got a dude with a whip. A dude with a small baseball bat, combo. Crazy trident punch dagger thing. Crazy hook dagger claw. So, okay, maybe I shouldn't complain about the lack of variety of weapons. I guess I should only complain about the lack that there's just so few choices. Because basically you're going to have to use everything up. There's not going to be a whole lot of bits left over here for you to toy around with. But I got to say, I am impressed by the fact that there were these options, because I honestly didn't think there were. So I am happily surprised about that. The only other thing that I'm not really happy about with the Myrmidesh, besides the rules, because I haven't even had a chance to look at them yet. I don't care. I'm not going to use them for their intended purpose. Grabbing the painted Hedonites I have so far. So you can see the guys from Dire Chasm, obviously the big dude, fits in pretty nicely. Little guy, these are definitely bigger. Grabbing our Witch Hunter and an Arcanite, just to give you guys a good sense of scale. They're definitely big dudes. Not as big as a Conquest to Skarl, but, not many people can be. If you wanted to use them in Frostgrave, they're definitely going to be towering over their opponents. What else can I grab here? I'm thinking since those parts are pretty modular, I'm wondering if you could turn them into some kind of marine cultist type thing. I don't know. There's a pretty big size discrepancy there, so I'm not sure that would really work. Something to think about. I'm still also trying to make up my mind what I want to do paint-wise. I want to paint one of them up in gold, maybe the leader dude, but I'm thinking I want to try one of them in like a pinkish magenta armor. I think that would be really cool, but I don't know what color to do the top knot in then, or the loincloth. Do you guys have any ideas? Let me know. I'm totally down for it. I'll try painting one up in a nice bright magenta. So, neat little kit. Definitely a lot more flexible than initially thought. And I look forward to toying around with the extra bits and seeing just what I can make work with them. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures. Saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.